Hi, and thank you for tuning in. I know it's been a long time, but oh, my heart, I have missed you too. Thank you guys so much for your patience. I'm still trying to get this whole no computer issue figured out, but hey, we'll eventually come to terms with that. Um, I'll be having a new computer soon, I'm sure, and we'll figure that out. But today, we're going to be talking about something completely different that's not computer related. Today we're going to be talking about what's this? Oh yeah, all of you goalies, anybody who's always or has been in Goalie Gear Sluts United for more than 35 seconds will probably know that we're going to be talking about Maltese hockey today, Maltese sports, but we're going to be talking about the Maltese hockey part for goalie mask. So we've all been there before where we've needed to replace the padding on our goalie mask. Usually a lot of people think, oh, the padding is gone. That means the whole goalie mask is gone too. On the contrary, my friend, you guys seriously need to realize that the shell, it's durable. The shell can be refurbished. The padding needs to be replaced, especially if you've had concussion issues, especially if you've had any type of issue where you don't feel protected in your goalie mask. You have to consider two things. Are you using a good goalie mask? And if you are you using good padding for it? Now, this isn't really just padding. This is a gel. So this is a ballistic air frothed gel from what I've done with my research. And these guys kind of hit gold with the bullet, and it's pretty awesome. This gel I've used since they had the dots. Now, I didn't have the half moons back in the day because I haven't been playing goalie that long since. And before, 10 years ago when I used to play goalie, before I quit and went full into being a forward or a defenseman, I was using a combo, which was a player helmet with the goalie cage and the dangler on it. So that's a different story for another day, but it was fun, kind of dangerous. But, I played roller, so it wasn't that amazing protection needed at the time. It's a whole different ball game now. So now that I'm playing forward, I'm an adult, I have money, I'm able to spend on, make sure that you never skimp on a couple of things when you're playing goalie. A good cup, good skates, definitely a good mask. If you're not going to protect your balls, if you're not going to protect your pelvic area, I don't know, a gel for women, whatever. Protect this. You can protect this as well. I mean, it's an uphill battle. I'm already ugly, so it doesn't matter. But always try to protect your brain. That's, if you suffer any brain injury, it can become lethal. It can become something so debilitating that you're going to need assistance for the rest of your life. And I've seen that with a couple of guys that play football and other contact sports. There's a guy who played hockey and, he hurt his head and now he's struggling for the rest of his life. So never skimp on that. That's why I try to make sure I have a good helmet for myself. I try to have a good helmet for my kid when he goes skating and, is learning to skate, especially when I play goalie. Have a good goalie mask. Have good padding for it. Originally, I was using just the regular Rubbertex that came with this goalie mask, and I'm not going to lie, I was very unimpressed, especially after I took a shot and I had to leave the game. It didn't feel right. I didn't feel good. And it was clear signs that I was going to have a little bit of a struggle. And when you're going to have any type of struggle from a head injury, it's time to get things checked out. So checked out I did. And I went online. I checked everything out. I looked it up. And, of course, there's always going to be people who are fanboys. So you have to take it into consideration. Why are they a fanboy? Is it really as protective as they say? So you do some research. I went and talked to different people who don't normally talk about it, but they use it. So I went and got their information. I talked to their reps. My goodness, these are some of the most knowledgeable guys when it comes to hockey protection, and not just protection as far as Maltese. You can pick their brain about anything. Some of these guys know about goalie gear from as far back as the 80s. If you mention the Cooper Durasoft, which is an old goalie set pad, pad and setup from the 80s, they'll talk to you for days about it. I mean, you know, these are guys that they do their reading. They know their stuff. They live it. They're part of it. They're in it. They're deep in it. So definitely ask away. Are there going to be people who are detractors for other companies? Of course. I mean, you've seen me slam certain companies. If you don't, go really, really far and you'll see me slam a couple of them to the point where one actually threatened a lawsuit. Always check it out. But I really feel and believe that when it comes to protecting your head, I don't think there's a better company. So there's also one other thing. Now, when I originally got this mask, this whole thing was all foam. The whole thing. Now, see how it's not all foam? Hey, that's better. So see how it's not all foam? So we have the cheek pieces right here, the piece that extends over to the ears. And see, it's got different vent holes because this mask is weird but cool. And then, of course, it's got the forehead piece. So you see the forehead piece. It's got the regular green, and then it's got the black shim. And, of course, I crudely attached 3 Velcro pieces because I use a Monster Hockey sweatband, the cool sweatband. And you can actually have them come stock. I think it's an extra couple dollars on the Maltese website where you can order a kit and you can have it come with a sweatband. So that's actually perfect because they go hand in hand. Why do they go hand in hand? So without so much padding being there, one thing that you're going to notice is every time you skate away from your bench, the bench, I guess, if you're a backup goalie, that's a different story. But anytime you skate away from your crease, one thing that I notice when I do it is I feel the wind going through my mask, kissing my scalp. And I say kissing my scalp because I live in Arizona. As you guys have seen, and I have complained a lot about it on Twitter, and I have complained a lot about it on my previous YouTube videos, I start overheating. I do have heating issues here, and I need all the help I can get. If I could virtually attach a fan to go through my entire body, like all my gear while I'm wearing it on the ice to keep me cool, oh, baby, set me up. But because there's no such thing, I am stuck having to find my own way. Kind of like I use my chest protector. That model, the Reactor 6000, actually is a lot more ventilated, has a lot more breathability. So I'm just sitting there like, yeah, boy, you know, just hanging out and being able to just feel better. I don't overheat as often unless something's wrong. It's the middle of summer, the rink is muggy, and it just sucks. And it has happened before, and it will happen again. That's the dangers of living in Arizona, I guess. So anyway, one thing that you notice about that is when you buy a kit, let's talk about that. When you buy a kit, they come with a adhesive already on it. Now, don't get it twisted. This adhesive can attach and you can remove it. Now, the reason why it comes like this is for you to be able to attach it to the mask, put it on for fit. If it doesn't fit good, remove it, repeat, rinse, repeat, rinse, repeat, rinse, repeat until you find the correct fit. Now, this is not permanent. This is not the permanent solution. So once you find the correct part where it fits properly on your head, what I do personally is I take out a pen or a marker. I don't have a marker for this video, so shh. This is a marker. So you take out a marker and you mark the little piece, kind of like draw the outline and remove it. Now, if you go to Home Depot, you can find DAP Weldwood cement on there. It's about $2.99, probably the best $2.99 that you can spend because you can use it on so many other things, not just for your goalie mask. Now, I bought this one and I've used it twice on my kit for my mask, and someone else's kit who ordered one, they had trouble finding it, you know, the correct fitting. They didn't know how to do it, so I met up with them at the rink. We got set up. We were there for about an hour. Fitted the dude, good to go. You know, he's been happily enjoying it. By the way, he's the guy that I did convert to it. So I'm happy to say that I am spreading the love. because if, you know, I believe in this is good stuff, might as well make sure other people are aware of it, that they have options, especially if, you know, they're rolling on a mask that isn't that great. So you're going to dab some of this where the adhesive is, you know, adhesive plus adhesive, and attach it onto the mask wherever you are going to be putting it. It's going to take about, I would say, good 12 hours to cure, or else if you immediately go play after that, you're going to be smelling some cement, not rubber cement, some contact cement, and you're going to see the music. So don't do that. Don't do that. Save yourself the grief. Save yourself the headache, because that's not something you want to do. Be cool. Stay in school. So this one and this one come in the packet. Now, I did get the one with the chin sling. That chin sling is out. Someone else is using that because, unfortunately, their chin sling is too thick for my fat face. So I was struggling with it. So I custom made my own chin sling. Story for another day. Don't worry about that. But they do offer a chin sling option in case you're one of those guys that is tired of using a chin cup. Because I know the chin cup gave me a lot of pimples on my chin. I didn't like it. And it was a brand new chin cup. So either I wasn't having an allergic reaction to it, or just my body was just not ready for it, I guess. But in my case, I have a big head. I think I've mentioned that about 3 or 4 times already. So what I had to do was order the 1/4-inch kit, because they come in different sizes. So if you think, oh, one size fits all, that's not cool, then I have to use the shims. Look how many shims I've used. That little one fell out. That long one, it's just a forehead piece. That one's just to kill any negative space, so I can be able to attach my my sweatband, and I'm good to go. There are guys who actually use a piece so thick of the green that they don't even need a sweatband. That's awesome. That's perfect. That means you've got almost this perfect fitting mask, and you probably had it molded to your head. I did not have it molded to my head. I've got a big head, so I'll save up for that someday in the future. Now, I did also get a 3/8 of an inch kit, so I've got that somewhere over there. I'm not gonna. Yeah, it's under a book, so unfortunately I can't reach it. But so what I do is I mix and match. See, I use quite a bit of these, and I use a couple, mostly for the sides, of the regular 3/8. Now that gives me unlimited options. That means I have 2 kits that I can split into 2 kits by mixing and matching, possibly even more. I doubt it, but possibly even more. The opportunities are there, and it works perfect for me because it's something that I need. It helps me out. I don't have to worry about it. But they also do offer the option, if you're really nice, and you should be to everyone, because everyone is cool. Unless you treat them rude, then they won't be cool to you because you're not being cool. But if you are nice enough and you message them, by the way, I'm gonna have to tell you again, and I'm not gonna tell you I'm not gonna tell you to not be rude to someone, but message them. They're great guys, very knowledgeable, and tell them, hey, look, I've got a big head. I think I might have to mix and match. They'll work with you. They're so easygoing that they will work with you. They will do what they can to make sure that you're fully accommodated. And in my case, you know, at this point, if I order another kit, I know I have the option of talking to them and saying, hey, look, I need half of a 3/8 and half of a 1/4. And they'll be able to, or quarter, sorry, half of a quarter, and they'll be able to see about trying to get that matched for me, so I can mix it up and do it properly. That way I have a great fitting mask. It feels as custom as possible. I'm happy. They're happy because, you know, I'm a customer and I'm a returning customer every time, but you're happy. You feel protected. When I originally got this mask, wow, my voice broke. When I originally got this mask, it came with Rubitex. My wall mask came with a weird, I'm really sure what it was. It didn't feel like true Rubitex. It felt more like a VN liner, which is still kind of protective, but not as protective. So I've used kits on my wall mask, I've used kits on my sport mask, and now on my pro mask. Haven't had a single issue, but when I did use this one without the Maltese, it did not feel good, like I mentioned before. With this one, I've gotten a slap shot right there. Let me see if I can. That's the problem with some masks. And let me see. No. There you go. So if you can see right there, I took a slap shot right there. It was a weird situation. I was kind of bending down to pick up my stick right as warm-ups are starting, and a guy just went happy-go-lucky and took a slap shot, hit me in the ear. It only stung because your ears are just, anything that hits them, you know, it just sucks. So I went down because of that, but I didn't feel anything else. I didn't feel a headache. I didn't feel anything that I should be concerned about. So I haven't had that issue with this. That one right there, my goodness, I'm having issues here today. So let me see. There you go. So that one right there, that's actually when I was doing a reverse VH on the side of the post, and the guy decided, screw it, I'm just gonna, you know, shoot it as hard as I can with the rising shot from the goal line over on the corner and try to bank it off his head and in. It did not go in, but I mean, obviously that's a straight impact to the side of the head, so it sucked because it was like, whoa, why would you do that? But again, I had no residual issues again. I got right back up like nothing. It was just kind of like, you know, like a shock, or like, wow, what the hell was that? I have also, this one was my favorite. So this is when I got plowed by a guy and just ended up, you know, throwing my head back because he went head to head with me, and his player cage collided with my cage, and we ended up going back with the top of my head first into the post. And so that's post paint residue. I haven't had a single issue with this. It's been as protective as possible. It's been very ventilated, which is a big plus for me. This is something that I would recommend to almost anyone, especially if you've got a big head, and it's hard for us to find a good mask that we're able to fit properly with. So if you can do this to help yourself be able to fit better in your mask, do it. Oh, here's another one. So that's a shot that hit off the top of the ridge. I went down, and you know, I went like that because I saw the shot rising, and I'm like, hey, you know, take it off the mask. Up, netting, and out. Stop, whistle, nothing happened, and it was just like, try again. So this is, like I said, this is something that could definitely help you out. If you can work with anything to help you feel better, safer, and more protected, do it. I personally feel that this is something that can help me out in being protected. I have converted other people here in Arizona to use it. One of my best friends now uses it, and he doesn't feel a single shot. And also the great thing about it is because it's a gel. Look how squishy that is. Squishy. It is mine, and I shall call it squishy. It dampens vibration on a lot of masks. So a lot of guys who get those shots of the mask and they feel the vibration, it becomes a ringer. It dampens that. You don't get ringing shots anymore. That's a big plus. I had a lot of issues with that with previous masks before I added kits to them, and now that issue is gone. That alone is all worth it, but the protection is definitely worth it. So is this protected? I think I've said it about 20 times. If you do a counter on the bottom on the comments, let me know. But is this protective? Absolutely. 10 for 10. This is the most protective padding or gel, whatever you want to call it, that I've used on any of my, and anything to protect my head. I love it. Those guys who try using Poron, direct Poron samples that they order from Poron, you're morons. Please don't do that. You know what? Darwinism, so never mind. But protect yourself. Give yourself the advantage just to make sure that you're good to go. Is it durable? I don't know. See it? This is the same kit that I added in October last year, right before I played in the NCHL draft tournament for Phoenix, and I've gone to the one in Vegas, and I've played literally twice a week, every week for the last couple of months. So it's pretty damn durable. It'll last you a while. It'll outlast a lot of masks. So If you have any questions or any comments, write them down below. Let me know if you have any questions regarding this. I'm going to be posting the links and a couple of descriptions for you to contact them. Definitely check out their website. Check out their Facebook. I believe they have a YouTube as well, so I'll try to find that link and post it below. They even have a how-to on attaching the kit. It saved me and it helped me, and now that I've memorized on how to do my own, I've helped other people, like I said earlier. Definitely check them out. It's worth the money. There's a couple of things they should never skimp when it comes to protecting yourself when you're playing hockey. Good skates, a good cup, and a good mask or helmet. Especially the padding. Why are you gonna buy a $600, $700, $800 mask with shitty padding, excuse my language, when you can, go the extra mile, go the extra penny or cent, and make sure that your mask is protected. Check them out. I did. You can too. And no, this kit was not free. A lot of people are going to be saying that I probably got this kit for free. I did not. I do pay for a lot of my stuff. So this is one. Goalie stuff, I've had to pay for all of it because, I'm just a scrub out there and wearing player gear. And so when it comes to goalie, it's out of my element. I'm barely coming into it. I've only been playing for 3-4 years. So I have to pay for everything. I have to build my reputation with that. And so definitely not something that is just going to be like, oh, hey, I'm going to pick it up just out of necessity. This is something that I do, something that I love, and I'm going to talk about it. So thanks for watching. Make sure you share this video with your friends, your cousins, your family. Tell your grandparents I said hello, and happy fall. It's here. Time to enjoy the changing weather, and thanks for watching. Love you all. Mwah.